Because I am so tired. But I don't.
So how long have you been here signing at the Shockerfest in Riverbank?
Are we on?
Yeah.
Hey, action. Hello, everybody. Since 10 this morning.
It's 10 this morning. Wow. I thought they're going to have it later in the day.
Oh, no. I think tomorrow is 10 too, isn't it?
I'm not sure.
We better find out.
So we are here with
Eileen Dietz.
And what have you done?
Lately?
I don't know.
Lately I did Halloween too.
How was that, working with Rob Zombie?
Rob Zombie is the nicest guy in the whole world. He truly is. It was just so much fun.
Does he know his movie history and stuff?
Oh, yeah. Do I know it?
Yeah.
Or does he know?
Does he know it?
I don't know if he knows it or not. Oh, yeah. We House of a Thousand Clowns, and, you know.
So how many of Rob Zombie's films have you been in?
One.
One?
This one. Maybe I'll be in more, though. But
so how many films have you been in your entire career as a actress?
Oh, my God. I have no idea.
So
I don't know.
You've been in a slew of TV shows like we were talking about a few minutes ago, The Planet of the Apes, General Hospital, Guiding Light.
Yeah, Goodbye Guiding Light.
Yes.
Happy Days.
Were you in Happy Days?
Yeah. I did a show with all the guys.
So,
Henry Winkler and
Ron,
we all got
Ron
locked
Howard.
up in
The Freezer?
Ronnie Howard's father's hardware store.
The Back Room.
Yeah, you seen it?
Yeah, I seen that episode.
Oh, they love that episode. They played it over and over. It used to be on, not on Nickelodeon.
Nick at Night? Or...
Nick at Night, I think maybe it was Nickelodeon. Wherever it was, it used to be on all the time. And it was always in TV Guide. And so my name was always in TV Guide. So I thought that was pretty cool. And now I don't know where it plays. I get a residual check every once in a while.
Probably one of Turner's many networks that he owns.
Probably.
So, what was your first film you were in before you did The Exorcist here?
I did a film called Teenage Gang Debs. And it was about a girls' gang. And it was really violent, but not like it's violent today. I mean, people didn't have guns. They had switchblades and knives. And you never really saw anything. People got raped. It was called Teenage Gang Debs.
So it was pre-indie film, before indie films became vogue.
Exactly. And I did actually what became a really, really popular, what they used to call them as art films. And it was called David Holtzman's Diary. And they actually teach it at AFI.
What story
is this? You guys
film?
is the American Film Institute. It's a very famous place. And the man who directed it, a guy named Jim McBride, he teaches the film over at AFI.
Is there any particular reason to use that film other than he directed it?
That it became famous?
Yeah.
It was the first film. It involved a guy who decided to put his whole life on camera, on film. It was filmed then, only filmed then. And he decided to put his whole life on film so that he could show it backwards and forwards, and he could stop it, and he could make it go. And I played his girlfriend. And that's what he would do. And finally I just went nuts. And I didn't go nuts. He was filming me sleeping. And I'd jump out of bed and kind of break the camera, but it
Early
was
reality
breaking
TV.
the fourth camera. Yeah, but it was a plot. It was really breaking the fourth wall convention because he spoke out. Anyway, it just became at that time. They ran a whole story about it in Life magazine, and it never got released commercially. It was held up in litigation, but now they just teach it in all kinds
so
of
it's one of these films that you can show as teaching, but it's not going to be picked up by any studio or anything like that.
Never has been.
Is it too violent, too controversial?
No, it's just like it's still under some kind of lawsuit that somebody was suing somebody.
Okay.
I mean, I got it at a store in Hollywood that sells it.
One of these little indie underground film stores?
It's kind of a big store. It's called Eddie Brandt's Saturday Matinee. And they sell just about every title that has ever been made.
Wow.
Yeah,
because that's a lot of...
I went there and I just collected all my old titles one day.
You're going, wow, I feel kind of narcissistic, but I need to have all my titles.
Yeah, exactly.
Like baseball cards.
Yeah. We were talking to someone else about people who threw away their baseball, Well, everybody in my generation, our parents threw away baseball cards.
Yeah, now no one throws them away, so now it's like
I actually have one.
A baseball card?
Yeah, I didn't bring them with me, but somebody made up a baseball card company. Made up. I should have brought them with me. But I made up baseball cards with me, and my picture on them in the back. It has instead of stats, it has like a very, very short resume. I love them, and they're in plastic. So
talking about baseball cards.
In fact, you reminded me. I usually make them up for the shows, and I totally forgot.
So when you I lost my train of thought there for a minute.
I know, I'm just so demonic.
But let's go back to being
Can't laugh
immortalized.
at that.
As an action figure, what did you think of when you saw your first action figure? We got to put a pause here.
No. I'll pull back.
Oh, okay.
I'll turn it off, actually. It's actually very funny because I usually have an Exorcist theme on that, and that would have been perfect. And I got a new phone, so I didn't put it back on yet. That would have been perfect, though.
But being immortalized as an action figure, how did you feel about that?
It seems so far away from me. It's funny. It's because they're not an exact replica of how I look, like most action figures are.
Uh-huh.
So it seems like it's 2 steps away from,
Because it's
like
not
this
quite
bobblehead and stuff.
It's not quite where it's not Linda Blair yet is Linda Blair type look.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
It's either Linda or me, as you can see by that picture there. We were made up to look like each other.
Uh huh.
So it's like somebody once asked me what it felt like to be an icon, and I went, I don't know.
So how did it feel to be in The Exorcist and do all the questionable material that they had you do for the role?
Well, frankly, at the time, we didn't know it was going to be The Exorcist.
Uh-huh.
It was a horror film we were making, and it was the first really big, you asked me about other films I've done. It was the biggest film I've ever done. And I knew I was working with Max von Sydow, and my family had taken me to foreign films when I was a kid, so I knew who Max von Sydow was.
So you also saw a lot of Hammer horror, too, then?
Yes. Yeah. But at any rate, so I was very impressed by what I was doing, but it was still just a little horror film, a little odd. And they used to have a priest come down and bless the set, and all kinds of stuff like that. And the makeup was a little odd, but it basically was just doing a horror film. It didn't become really interesting and weird until later.